Hi, I'm Valentina and we're in lovely Ocala, Florida. I'm visiting Dave Davis's farm. He is a very talented trainer and clinician, so I hope you look forward to my interview as much as I am. Hi, this is Valentina and I'm with Dave Davis. I've come to his farm because I've discovered him and I've heard he's a really good trainer and clinician. So Dave, can you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
6 decades now as of 2010.
Wow.
So I've been at it for a long time. I employ a lot of what the clinicians call today natural horsemanship, but I really have a horse show background. I showed horses for several decades and very competitive. The All-American Quarter Horse Congress, showed at a lot of futurities in the Midwest, concentrated on pleasure horses at that time. Now I don't show quite as much. I'm very interested in working with babies, yearlings, and 2-year-olds. I love making a change in a horse.
And how long do you train a colt, or when do you start weaning them and then start training them?
I wean my colts between 3 and 4 months old. Some people leave them on them a little longer. I think that a mare loses some of the potency to her milk, and sometimes I see epiphysitis in colts that stay on a mare too long. So if the colts are healthy and they're eating well and everything's well, I go ahead and wean that colt as soon as he's past his 3-month birthday.
Okay.
And I'll also add that I always wean my colts by the astrological sign. And that's something I don't totally understand, and maybe nobody does, but it's always worked well for me. My colts always wean quiet with a minimum of stress, and in that aspect, I'm kind of a if it's not broke, don't fix it guy, so I always wean my colts in the sign.
I've noticed that when I was visiting your barn, you have a very special touch, a magical touch with your horses. They listen to you. You don't have to ask them to do it. They willingly do it. What's your secret? What's your technique behind that?
It's not a secret. I spend a lot of time with my horses. I give my horses choices. I don't force my horses. However, the things I ask a horse to do are very black and white. My horses are very compliant after they've lived with me for a while, but they're not obnoxious. I want a horse that's compliant. I want him quiet, but I don't want him entering my space, chewing on me. I want a horse to really get it in his head to find out that really doing nothing is the easiest thing for him to do, and I want a horse to wait on me until I ask him for the next thing.
And how do you do that?
If a horse wants to move around a lot and not be compliant, I generally, whether it's in the aisle of my barn or in my round pen or wherever it is, I make him move more. And I'll give him, again, I'll just say, I give him a choice. And I make, to steal one of Ray Hunt's sayings, and it's just absolutely true, I make the thing I want a horse to do easy, and I make the thing that he wants to do a little more difficult. And invariably, they'll take the easiest way.
Okay. And finally, before we go to the pasture and we're going to get a colt here and see what we can do here, but what separates you from other people in the business? And you say you've been in this for a while. What do you think makes you different? What makes you stand out?
I think the biggest thing with me is I came from the show horse business. I've evolved a lot. I see a lot of things that are done right in the show horse business, some things that are done wrong. I think I'm kind of a hybrid. I'm very much a reality-based person. What I do is real. It's real. And my whole concept with horses is to bring them to a point. I want them compliant. I want them quiet. I want to give a young horse an opportunity to be a good citizen. Whether he's got the quality to be a big-time show horse or whether he's just going to be a good horse for somebody in somebody's backyard, that really doesn't make any difference. His own abilities, the cream comes to the top. If he's good enough and has the quality to make a top show horse, fine. If he's not, then let's let him be a good citizen and have somebody enjoy him. And so the show horse background makes me appreciate the high quality, really good horses, but also I understand that all horses need a chance to be good citizens. Otherwise, if they're not given that chance, they have no value to anybody.
And you have really good named horses. You were telling me all the different sires and...
All my horses all their pedigrees are filled with Congress and world champions, both sides of their pedigree. I'm a pedigree nut. I had a man named Morgan Freeman that owned a great horse called Blondie's Dude tell me years ago that a horse is an omnibus on which his ancestors ride. And that's all any of them are. They can't be anything but what their ancestors were, that combination of that pedigree from both sides of that horse. So it's very important to me that a horse's pedigree has the right components in it. Because if you see a horse that is obviously has a lot of quality, a lot of ability, if you look in his pedigree, invariably you'll find good horses in his pedigree.
Okay, well, thank you, Dave, so much for the interview.
You're
And
welcome.
let's go to the pasture and get a horse and
All
see
right.
your magic.
Sounds good.
Thank you.